Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jake from TNJ, and welcome back to the Mariners franchise. We are sitting here in the middle of August, fresh off of a new trade. Remember, last episode we did acquire Jeremy Hellickson in waiver trades, and I think this is going to be a good pickup. We need another right-hander right in the middle of our rotation, and we need to pretty much relieve a little bit of pressure off of Marco Gonzalez and Carlos Rodon. So I'm hoping that Hellickson does make this impact. 9-5 on the season, 119 whip, and I think that, you know, he's going to be a good addition. We'll have to see. So here he is in his first start for the Mariners, facing kind of a easier opponent in the Kansas City Royals. Their best hitter is probably Whit Merrifield, who does hit leadoff for them. And look, just nobody's hitting well for them at all. They just have a lot of rebuilding to go. So let's start out this action facing Whit Merrifield here on a 2-2 count. He gets a pitch to hit right away. It's going to be right at the wall. Domingo Santana's going to go back, and it's gone. Wow, the first batter that Hellickson faces takes him deep. And that's where Merrifield's 14th home run of the season, and Kansas City takes the 1-0 lead already. But we do get him to settle down a little bit. Billy Hamilton is going to pop up in the infield for an easy out. Here is Ryan O'Hearn at the plate. He's going to hit one deep to center field, but that's an easy fly ball for Malik Smith out in center. So now up comes Perez hitting in the 3-hole, only hitting .234, but he muscles one up the middle. So 2 hits given up already by our man on the mound, Hellickson, but we do get the ground out here by Mondesi, and that is going to be a 1-run inning here for the Kansas City Royals. So we're facing Jarrell Cotton, who is a decent pitcher. I'd say that he's pretty much league average, 131 whip, 99 strikeouts, almost 100, but he's facing a tough Mariners lineup. So here is Malik Smith up at the plate, who's taking the first pitch, and he's going to left center with that one, and he's going to be on with the leadoff double. As I learned my lesson, hitting the ball left center gap in this park, you can't make it to third, even with a fast man like that. But up comes Tim Beckham. He hits one to the right center gap, and that's going to be a run scored already. So right away, we tie this game up at 1, and Tim Beckham has easily become my favorite player on this squad. So that brings up Paul DeJong, hitting .292 up to this point. He hits one hard up the middle, but a nice play by Mondesi, throwing on the run and getting the out at first base. So that brings up Vogelback. Down to .299, below 300, but he does his job and does hit a little dribbler, and that is going to score the run from third, and we take the 2-1 lead in the first inning. Up comes Uebiyashi here, hitting .250 on the year, and he gets a pitch to hit, and he's going to drive that one deep to right field, and that one is going to be gone. And, you know, something funny, Uebiyashi might lead our team in home runs when it's all said and done. It's going to be between him and Paul DeJong. We'll see who does finish with that crown, but it would be awesome to have 2 30 home run hitters on this squad this year after we failed to have pretty much any home runs last season. So we do keep the inning going with the Kyle Seager hit to right field, and here's Domingo Santana. He hits a little ground ball to Mondesi, but he can't handle that one. So now we got guys on first and second here. This inning does continue here in the bottom of the first inning, and up comes Omar Narvaez, hitting .266, but he is going to pop up to short left field, and Mondesi is going to handle that one. So let's see what Hellickson's doing on the mound here, getting one of the batters in the third inning to strike out there on the check swing in the dirt, as that brings up Perez here, who had that single up the middle in the first inning. He swings at the knuckle curve on the outside part of the plate, and that's a strikeout, and brings up the next batter, who hits one right up the middle, and Hellickson shutting it down now through 4 innings. So now we move on to the 5th inning. Guys on first and second, and he gets another ground ball right into a tailor-made double play. And Hellickson is impressive so far, only giving up that one big home run, but besides that, has not gotten into much trouble. So let's move this one on to the bottom of the 5th. Here's Tim Beckham at the plate. He's going to opposite field, and that is going to be a leadoff single here in the 5th. Paul DeJong at the plate. He hits one. It's down the line. It's past the third baseman. We're going to round second and head to third, but we're going to second-guess that and go back. There's only no outs in this inning. So now the Royals manager does come out and brings in Jesse Hahn, who is not doing well. I mean, look at that average versus lefts and right. I mean, they are both hitting pretty good. So here is Vogelback at the plate. He gets a pitch in the dirt, and both runners are going to advance. And Tim Beckham is actually shaken up on this slide. So we do have to bring him out of the game. And we bring in Sam Perez. And this is the reason why I traded for him in that trade with Haniger. And you can just see, you know, just bringing in somebody off the bench who can run 72 speed. It's pretty decent. I want to see what he can do. So here Vogelback does line out to third base. And up comes Uebiyashi. He hits one to left field. It's a line shot, and it's to short left field. And look at Perez. He's going to tag up, and he's going to slide in safe, avoiding that tag. And wow, that's what I'm talking about. Those are the runs that I need, those close plays, as Grossman cannot throw him out at the plate. So up comes Kyle Seager here with 2 outs, 3-2 count. He's going to hit one deep to right field, and that one is going to get all the way to the wall. If Kyle Seager can get going in the second half of this season and towards the stretch of August and September, we can do some things. So that brings up Domingo Santana. He finds the right center gap as well, and that one is going to make it to the wall. We are hitting the ball excellent in Hellickson's debut. I bet he's feeling good about that trade, as it's a 7-1 lead here in the 5th. And that brings up Narvaez, who is going to hit one to center field, and that one is right to Billy Hamilton. So that moves us into the top of the 9th inning. Brett Phillips at the plate, 0 for 3, facing Dylan Floro, and that's a strikeout. Outside changeup, and we get Hellickson the win in his debut, 9-3. We got him some run support in this one, and hopefully our offense can hit like this pretty much most of the time coming down the stretch. 15 hits, and I really like what I saw from the middle of our lineup in this game. So we are in a race for the wild card spot. I'd say we're a little too far back from the Rangers to capture a division title, but I think we still have that shot at the wild card. So we do end up beating the Royals in a sweep pretty much, winning 3 out of 4, and we completed here in a 4-0 victory here at home actually, and we're actually doing pretty good here in the middle of August. So now we go up into a 3-game set versus the Houston Astros. We win the first one. It's actually at home once again. Tim Beckham does return from injury. We advance another game, and look at this, 10-2, as we are hitting the ball well, and we go on to win another game. So we win 7 in a row here right in the middle of August, and that will help us here in the standings as we move to 71-57, a game back from that final wild card spot. But look at the Yankees. They're on a 5-game win streak themselves, so they're saying not so fast. As even the Rays, look at them. They're right behind us as they're on a 7-game win streak as well. So let's just look at the stats here as we move towards the end of August into the final month of the season. Sam Perez is actually really impressive. 72 at-bats, but hitting over 300. I couldn't ask for more for him, and maybe he should get more of a look. Maybe if Domingo Santana starts to struggle, he might have to platoon with Sam Perez. Who knows? J.P. Crawford having another good year, man. I keep saying it. He's the forgotten guy in our lineup. He's doing really well. He's still really young as well. Tim Beckham still hitting consistently above 280. I can't ask for more from him. Mallex Smith has dipped a little bit though, hitting 279, and I want to get those stolen bases up. I need to get him some more steals. Uebiyashi in his rookie year is hitting 255. He's on his way to Rookie of the Year. Perhaps we'll have to see if he's got any competition. But our offense is actually doing pretty well in the month of August. So looking at our rotation, Carlos Rodon and Gonzalez are doing well. But look at Hellickson. Since coming to our team, he's got 2 wins, 118 whip. I'm really proud of what he's doing. 113 strikeouts to 56 walks. But the struggle comes at our lefties down at the middle of our rotation. Kikuchi, Sheffield, and Cole Hamels. Those guys are all doing just below average right now, and we need to see what we need to do with them. But we have no choice. We can't really move them right now or do anything as far as moving them up or moving them down. We'll just have to deal with it. So now we look at Sam Tuivailala. He's doing all right, but then we hop into some action next. Minnesota Twins action, and you know how well they're doing in real life. We hop into a situation here in the top of the 9th inning. Booker Chen at the plate. Guys on first and second. We're going to lay down a bunt, but look at the third base. He's going to second on that one. And wow, they get the out at second base. So now we got Mallex Smith coming to the plate. He's 0 for 3 in this game so far, facing Taylor Rogers on the mound. He gets a pitch to hit right over the middle, and he's going to hit a deep fly ball actually, and that one had some carry on it. It stayed up in the air for a while, but we do get it deep enough to tie this game up at 2 here in the 9th inning. This is a crucial series versus one of the teams top in the AL, and they do get the ground out here in the 9th inning, the easy out at second. Remember, they did sign Anthony Rendon in the offseason, so that definitely has helped them here in this year in season 2. And here is Paul DeYoung in the top of the 10th inning, getting a hit to left center, and that's going to reach the wall. And now we got a guy on second base with 1 out with Rogers still on the mound. So up comes Kyle Seager, 2-2 count. He gets a pitch to hit, and he's going to hit that one deep, but it just did not carry. It just died in the air. I thought that was off the wall, off of his bat, but somehow it doesn't even get any carry on that one. So now they bring in Blake Parker, maybe to get him out of this jam with a guy on third. But here's Uebiyashi at the plate. 23 home runs, 2 for 4 in this game. And here on a 1-2 count, he gets a low pitch, and that's a splitter, and he can't hit that one. And they end up getting out of that inning. But then we go on to the next inning. And wow, we quick manage it. And right away, the first batter, John Andrioli, gets the home run. And there is a home run, and it ends it 2 for 4 in this game. And they end up winning this game, only getting 5 hits off of our 10. And they end up beating us 3 out of the next 4 games. So right when we went on that win streak, we just pretty much lost 3 straight. So now we hop into the next series, a 2-game set versus the Houston Astros. We end up splitting with them. But then we hop into the next series, a 3-game set with the Oakland Athletics, our division foes who are not having the greatest of years. But here we need a victory here in the bottom of the 9th inning, 2 outs. Malik Smith on first, Domingo Santana at the plate. He gets a pitch to hit, and he hits it hard, but it is right at the right fielder, and that's an easy out. And Oakland comes into our building in the first game of this series and gets a win. So we do actually end up winning 2 out of 3 from them. So now we move into a tough part of our schedule, playing the AL East. And just look at them. We're playing Boston on the road. Then Toronto is a little easier. But then we'll end this episode right before this Yankees series, this 3-game set, which could shift the focus here for the wild card spot. They are ahead by 6 games right now, as they just all of a sudden got hot as well. They have 6 more wins than us, and we're going up against the Blue Jays here in this series, as we actually did end up doing pretty well versus the Red Sox, winning 2 out of 3. So let's see what we can do here on the road here, facing Taijuan Walker. He's 11-5 on the season. Actually, they're probably one of their few bright spots. They're not hitting the ball well at all on offense, and maybe their rotation is the thing that's carrying them. They don't have a great record either. But here we go. Here's Malik Smith at the plate, leading us off in this game. He's going to hit one to left field, and that one is going to drop down the line. And look at him. He is on his horse, and he's going to slide in safe with a double. And that's the one thing I like about Malik Smith. He usually starts out games pretty well. So that brings Tim Beckham to the plate here on a 1-2 count. He's going to swing and miss at a high cutter in the zone, and that's going to bring up Paul DeYoung, who has 100 RBIs on the season. Congrats to him. I believe it's his first of his career. And here he gets a curveball on a 1-1 count, and he's going to take that one right up the middle, and that one is going to score the first run of the game, as Malik Smith easily comes around and scores and makes it a 1-0 game. So up comes Vogelback, still hitting here in the 4-hole, 291, but he's hitting that one deep over the left fielder's head, and that one's going to make it all the way to the wall. Paul DeYoung with 67 speed is going to round third and head home, and that is a 2-0 lead here for the Mariners on the road. So let's hop into the next batter. Here's Uebiyashi, 1-1 count here with 1 out. He gets an outside pitch, and that one is not coming back as Uebiyashi continues to hit homers. It seems like what he does is he either hits it really hard to the gap or just hits a home run. That's the type of hitter he is. He's really hitting like a 4-hitter is. I really like what he does for us because he's pretty consistent with driving runners in with runners in scoring position, but he does get the home run that time. 2 RBIs, making it a 4-run game. So we actually have Justin Dunn on the mound for this game. We're not going to pitch him too many innings. He is our top prospect as far as pitching goes in our organization. And here's the lineup that he is facing. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is their best hitter. 255 on the season, but nobody else is really. One other batter is hitting over 280, and they are just not having the season on offense that they would hope to have, and they are just sunken in that AL East, and I don't see any light on the other side of the tunnel at all. I think they have a long way to go in this one. I don't even think that Bo Bichette has actually moved up at all for them. And just looking at Vladimir Guerrero, this is their bright spot in the organization. He's 87 overall. Look at that power. He's got 99 verse left. So here he is facing Justin Dunn in his first at bat. He's going to swing and miss at a low circle change on that one, and we do get out of that inning. So we actually don't score any more runs for the next 5 innings, but now we move on to the top of the 6th inning here with Paul DeJong at first base. Here's Vogelback at the plate. 292 on the year. 1 for 2 in this game, facing Charlie Morton. He's going to hit one hard up the middle. That one is going to sneak through. And now we got guys on first and second here with no outs in the inning. And you know who's coming up next. Mr. Home Run himself, Uebiyashi at the plate. On a 2-2 count, he's going to watch an inside fastball. That was a little too close to kind of take on that one, but we took it, and we actually strike out. And then with 2 outs, Domingo Santana comes up, and he can't do anything. So let's move on to the top of the 7th. We got guys on the corners here. Malik Smith at the plate. 3-2 count, and Morton still on the mound. He's going to hit one deep to left field, and that one is going to drop over the head of Lourdes Jr., and he's going to come up throwing off of the wall, and that is going to be a run scored for us, as now it is a 5-run game here in the 7th inning. So up comes the middle of our lineup. Right who we want up, Tim Beckham and our man Paul DeJong. And look at Beckham. He hits a missile into the air. Look at how high this one stays up there, but it is going to be deep enough to score the runner from third. And now we have a 6-0 lead here, as that brings up DeJong. His favorite situation, a guy on third here with 1 out. He gets a low pitch to hit, and he hits it to right field. Look at Malik Smith. He's tagging up on a short right field pop-up, and he scores. That 93 speed really comes in handy, especially in situations like that. A pretty short pop-up to right field, and he somehow scores on that one. And then we do get the out on the Vogelback ground ball to third. So let's move this one on to the 9th inning. Altavilla on the mound facing McGuire, and we get the pop-up here. An easy victory for us, and it's always easy if you have a 4-run first inning. But we get the victory, as we actually are in good position going into this next series versus the Yankees. That'll be next episode, but we are hitting the ball well, and that's a good thing, especially going up against a really good Yankees team who has a really good lineup. We're going to need that offense. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Next episode, we might finish the season, but I think we're just going to go through the Yankees and a couple of other series maybe, and we'll just see how it goes. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. More Mariners franchise coming soon. Let's get it. Let's go.